Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you to control your time. Don't let your time control you. Many people make the mistake in life of allowing their time and their environment to control themselves. And that lack of control means that you're not going to progress as far in life as you have the potential to. But instead, if you control your time, it's going to allow you to progress further, achieve more, and just fulfill your dreams. Now, what are some things that you can do to control your time and not let your time control you? Well, the first thing is to prioritize. Listen, we can't get everything done. We can't focus on 100 things at once. So that means that on a daily basis, or even on a weekly basis or monthly basis, you should limit your priorities to, let's say, like the top 3 things. And those 3 things are going to get your attention, the majority of your attention. And then you can have a 4th and a 5th thing that can get a little bit of your attention. But for the most part, those top 3 things are going to get like 90% of your attention for that day, for that week, and for that month. And as a rule of thumb, the longer that you can keep the same 3 priorities for, the more that you can accomplish, the more that you can control your time. So let's say, I'll just give you an example. For me, my top 3 things are family, time, and income right now. Now that can change. Like my 4th thing is going to be my health in terms of working out and, eating healthy. And that doesn't mean that I don't focus on my health. It just means that at this moment, I have to place the priorities as such. In the future, maybe I'm going to switch income and health around, and health is going to take priority over my income. But you have to make a decision. You see, I wanted to focus on 4 things and put health alongside with those top 3 things, but it just doesn't work, I've found. You have to choose 3 things. So you have to prioritize. That's the first way that you can control your time, okay? Instead of saying, I don't have time to do this, you can say, I don't make time to do this. It's not on my top 3 priorities right now. Now, the next thing that you can do is choose the highest return on investment tasks. Now, there are so many things that you can do, okay? And if you look at the things that you do that eat away at your time, you'll realize that a lot of them are kind of pointless. And even if they have a small point, maybe it's not worth it to do them. If you are spending half an hour doing something that serves you this much purpose and half an hour doing something else that serves you this much purpose, then guess what? Get rid of the thing that serves you this much purpose. Only spend 5 minutes on something that will serve you this much purpose, because half an hour of your time should be allotted to something that's going to serve you this much purpose, okay? So look at all of the things that you do on a daily basis, weekly basis, even an hourly basis, and take a look at whether or not they serve you in your time or whether you're serving them. Meaning, if you do something 3 times a week, but you can really get away with only doing it twice a week, then do it twice a week instead, and you'll realize that, you can save a lot of time. You can be in control of your time. An example of this, let's say you dust your house or you vacuum twice a week. And you know what? You're doing it twice a week to keep everything super clean, but even if you did it just once a week, you'd probably still have a 90% clean house most of the time. Then just trim it down to once a week, because you're not getting a high return on investment on that second time every week that you're vacuuming or you're dusting or whatever the case is. So you really have to assess your time, and you're gonna have to make some critical decisions. Sometimes we do things that we really want to do, we really like doing them, but then we complain about not having enough time. And that can be a problem, because those things that we want to do or that we like doing are maybe the same things that are eating away at our time and are preventing us from doing other things or having some extra time on our hands. You need to control your own time. Now, the third thing that I'm going to talk about, and in my opinion, this is one of the most important things that you should do, and it is to learn to say no to things, okay? Now, I went through a lot of my life saying yes to everything that I could say yes to. And it's good to say yes to things that will help you or that will fulfill you, but you have to also learn to say no to things, because what happens is, if you say yes to everything that everyone asks you to do, or even everything that you ask yourself to do, then you're not going to have any time left to do the things, that you really need to do. Those critical things, those crucial things, you're not going to have any time left for those things. Let's say you're constantly doing favors for everyone else, but your life isn't in order. You're not making enough income. Your health isn't where it needs to be. Your energy isn't where it needs to be. Your relationships aren't where they need to be, but you're making everybody else happy. You're not making yourself happy. You're not in control of your time. You're letting your time control you. So what I'm telling you to do is learn to say no, not to everything, but learn to say no to certain things. The first thing that you can do, and the easiest way to do this, is cut your yeses in half. Meaning, if you say yes to pretty much everything right now, try and say yes to one thing and no to another. If you say yes to 3 things in a row, then you should try to say no to 3 things in a row. And if you do that, you'll notice right away, your time you're gonna have control of your time. You're gonna have much more time to do the things that you wanna do. And the things that you need to do, your life is going to come together. You're going to be able to increase your income. You're going to be able to, increase your level of health, make your relationships better, spend the time with the people that you want to spend time with, do the things that you love doing, spend time doing leisurely things that you love doing. You're going to be able to do all of those things as soon as you learn to say no to the things that aren't serving you completely well, okay? Now, I'm not telling you to say no to absolutely everything, because that's not right either. You need to do things for people and feel fulfilled in doing that, but learn to say no as often as you need to say no, especially if your life isn't where you need to be. And guess what? When you get your life to where it needs to be, to where you want it to be, you have enough income, your health is where it needs to be, your relationships are where they need to be, you're doing the things you love, then you can say yes to more things, because guess what? Your glass is full. Your glass is overflowing, so you can now pour some of that out and give it to other people, okay? But just think about that, if you're pouring out the only amount that you have in your glass, you're gonna be left with nothing for yourself, okay? And I totally understand being selfless, but if you're being selfless and you're not taking care of your own stuff, then guess what? I don't think that that's the right way to be. You need to make sure that you are being a good combination of looking after yourself and looking after others. And I promise you that once you look after yourself, once you control your time, you can donate as much of your time as you want to, because you control your own time. You're going to say yes to that, knowing that it's going to take you half an hour and you're donating that time, but you already have all of your other time. Okay, so what it comes down to is you need to control your time. Don't let your time control you, okay? So many people claim that they don't have enough time to do things that they want to do, and that's just lack of control with the time. You need to learn to control your time. Don't let your time control you. And that's basically it. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you like this video, if you like my energy, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.